Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our Week 5 preview Home Turf Sports podcast. I'm Brian Hardy with my co-host over Devin Hardy. A week scheduled this week as far as number of games. I think we only got 3 area games to talk about. But to fill some of my time, we got a special guest for you tonight. We're going to be bringing in Caden Thomas, KT, the quarterback for the Sherrall Braves. We're going to have him here live here in just a second. He's got his Braves off to a 3-2 start going into region play. They played a really tough schedule last week. Following the River Bluff, the score doesn't really tell you how close of a game that was most of the way through. Sherrall played really competitive for most of the game. They actually had the lead for a while there, but and then also they played Marlboro, which is always a really tight game. That's a cross river rivalry, always a tough game, especially early in the year. You really don't have a feel for the other team yet, so that's always a tough matchup. But Charles playing really well, and right now we're going to bring KT in. How you doing tonight, KT?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
We're doing good, man. We really appreciate you coming on with us tonight. Like I said, we ain't gonna hold you up long. Just want to talk to you for a second. Kind of get a feel for how you guys feel going into region play, and just to congratulate you on so far having a pretty good season, man. I know you're 3-2, but your record really don't indicate how well you guys played, especially as of late. How you think that the non-region play has it went kind of how y'all kind of expected? Obviously, you like to win every game, but are you pretty happy or pretty comfortable how the non-region has shaken out so far?
Yeah, we kind of expected to go like that. We schedule hard teams, so it helps us for region play a lot. I mean, that's how it always is. Had a good game against Marlboro County. We couldn't pull that game out. We just started out slow. And then River Bluff, 5A school, and kids stayed in to about the third quarter. It was, I think, 24-19 with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. And we were in the ball game. We just ran out of gas, but yeah, I think it just helps us a lot for region play and going into region. It just helps.
Yeah, man. A big thing about, like you said, about like that. If you look at it from a starter standpoint, of starter for starter against their starters, you actually didn't shake out too bad. I mean, like you said, coming out it was 24-14 or whatever you said when everybody got pulled in the third, because you got a big one this week. Which last week matters a little bit, but now, going forward, this is the big test. This is when you're 0-0 now. Tomorrow, and the rest of the next 5 weeks really determines where you go. What do you expect for to get the running game back going tomorrow night, because you got Juice back? Do you think it's going to be a run game needs to be a big factor tomorrow night, or you think you still going to have to rely more on the pass?
Oh yeah, I think our run game is going to be great this week. Our linemen, they've been practicing really hard this week. Having Juice back is going to help a ton. We got a good backup in B9, man. Jamarion Banks, he's a real good runner. But playing these big schools, man, they've been struggling a little bit. It's understandable, though. You're going against all them big guys on the defensive line, especially them Marlboro boys. They were running us up and down the field. They've been doing good this week in practice. I got faith that they're going to have a real good game. I think we're going to step up region really, really big this year.
Yeah, I was going to actually ask you. I'm pretty sure, I do the radio broadcast for Marlboro, and I was telling Devin and Coach Poole that I was really, you really caught my attention about how tough you played against Marlboro, because they put a lot of pressure on you guys, especially early. You took a bunch of hits, and you kept getting right back on up, and that shows your team around you. Hey, I'm gonna be right here with you guys through the whole thing. Y'all probably won't see a defensive front as good as Marlboro, especially through the region play. But how do you think that Pageland matches up? I would say Marlboro, because they're a little closer to the same size school. How do you think they compare as far as the defense that you'll be facing?
I think they have a pretty good defense, but I think Marlboro's secondary is 10 times better than what Central has this year. And this is what I heard. I don't know if it's true. But they said Central graduated their whole defensive line this past year. So we're looking to have a big game up front, especially running the football. We think we can out-man them boys. I think think like a good game. I think this is for region championship. That's what we've been practicing on all week. Is this game is probably going to end up being the region championship. So we're just trying to come out 100%.
Yeah, like you're speaking that, man. This game does have region implications on it, but even after this week, you can't really slack off the rest of the year or rest of the region anyway. But looking at the weather report, man, I know the game got moved up. It's supposed to rain. The running game ain't been too. That's ain't what you've been looking for. The running game that you had, you ain't really. You want to improve that tomorrow night for sure. It's going to be raining. They said it's going to be raining, so I feel like you ain't going to pass the ball as much as you have been in the past 3 weeks. But you're going to have to rely on the run tomorrow night. So I hope you guys up front and you 2 or 3 backs can give you something to work with for at least most of the game.
Oh yeah, I think they're gonna come out and dominate. Like I said, we had a really good week of practice this week. Them boys been dominating up front. I think we'll be fine. I think we're gonna be just fine. They're gonna come out and play hard, and that's all we've been talking about 110% rest of region play going into playoffs. We're 110 every single day.
KT, are you like the quarterback? Everybody thinks the quarterback where they should be. The quarterback should be the leader of the team, leader of the offense. Are you a rah-rah guy in the huddle, or are you more of a guy that try to lead by example, or is it just depending on how the game is going, whether you talk a lot or not?
I try to lead by example. I try to get them boys going the best I can. I try to be somebody them young guys can look up to, and I feel like with how we playing, we're gonna be just fine with our leadership. We got some good guys, Juice, Anthony Strong, Cam Myers, Nick Gordon. We got a bunch of leaders on the field. Crawford Poole, all them boys. We got some good leaders on the field now.
Yeah. How hard is it for you guys? I mean, I know everybody in the county knows that this game is probably going to be for the region championship. So how do you get yourself amped up for that, knowing that, but also not trying to make it bigger than it really is, and cause you go out there and do some stuff that you don't normally do, trying to press and trying to do too much. How do you kind of play that fine line of, hey, we got to play as hard as we can because this is for the region championship, and we just got to play our assignments and not try to do too much.
Yeah, this game's been on we've had this game circled since season started. I mean, we trying to just coming in as another game. If we just play like we can, don't have no missing assignments, we're gonna be just fine. Defense gonna play well. They've been playing well really all season. Starting against Marlboro County, we've been hot ever since.
Yeah.
On offense, like our defense been playing, they ain't no team in this region that can stop us.
Yeah, I kind of on y'all side a lot for this one, because if you look at the non-conference schedule, you play some good bigger teams that you played. Might not be that good, but I mean it's still 4A, 5A schools, and you held your own with them. And they from looking at it, they ain't really played a hard non-conference schedule. So I think the hardest game they might have played was the Louisville game when they won 12-0. So I look for the game tomorrow night to be a good game. I like y'all too, because you face adversity. You got a blowout loss last week. You won a close one against Darlington. You won a big margin victory against Magby. So you face every phase of what really you can face in playing football with win losses and stuff now. But tomorrow night starts a big thing for y'all. I'll be there. We look for y'all to have a good game and see how it plays out, man.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I got one last thing for you, KT, before you go. And I've been telling Devin this, for 7 weeks now. I've even told Coach Poole this. Me and Coach Poole's pretty good friends. We go back. We actually played against each other in high school. When I was at Marlboro, he was at Straw. But I've been telling Devin and Poole here for a couple of weeks that how important I thought it was for you guys to have as good as a season and be as successful in the playoffs as you can be. I thought that y'all guys had to find one more playmaker other than Nick. And how big do you think it is to be getting Juice back this week? And you think that he can be that guy that kind of takes some pressure off of Nick so defenses can't double or triple team him going forward?
Oh, yeah, Juice coming back, that's probably our – we have some other guys like Austin coming back. But Juice, I think this is going to be his best game of the season. Me personally, he's got a chip on the shoulder this week. I think for the rest of the season, he's just putting in 120%. single game. I mean, he gonna come out dominate.
Well, KT, I appreciate you calling in, man, and giving us a few minutes of your time. And congratulations on the season thus far, and good luck going forward, man. And we'll be looking forward to big things from you, and maybe making it to the state championship. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it, KT.
Appreciate y'all having me on.
All right, thank you, man.
Thank you, guys.
Yep, and that was KT, the quarterback of the Sherrod Braves. Guys looking for a big win tomorrow night, be on the road at Central Pageland at 6:30. It'll be a 6:30 kick. Will be our game of the week since we're really, I think even if it was full of games, it would probably be one of the games of the week if we had to pick, which it is. Everybody's got buys because they start region play. Some teams started region play in the 4A and 5A last week, but man, I just don't know how the Rain gonna play. Like, I know they get Juice back, but you gotta look. He ain't played in 3 weeks. Is he gonna come out 80%? Is he gonna come out 90%? Is he gonna come out 100%? Or is he gonna come out 110? Or is he gonna break one off to start the game? It's a lot. There's a lot of tension in this game, man.
Me personally, I don't. You know more about the Sherrod than I do. Just me seeing them, for the limited time I have. I don't think that the Rain's going to be a big deal at all for Sherrod because their passing game is a lot of short game. They get the ball out quick to Nick here on some slants and some screens, and to the guys on the other side of the field. I don't really know all their names, but I think they do a lot in the short passing game, and there's not a lot of deep downfield balls. The only issue I could see is maybe having some bad snaps or something like that might affect them. But I really don't see it affecting their passing game a whole lot once KT gets the ball in the hand. I like Sherrod here, man. I think this is going to be a really good game, but I think the Sherrod being playing the teams that they played so far this early in the season, I think that'll pay dividends in the second half, and I think Sherrod maybe I say pulls away. When I say pull away, I'm thinking a double digit, 2-score game
towards the end.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a 20, 25 point game either way, but I think Sherrod maybe scores late and puts it on ice by about 2 scores.
Yeah, well, I got some keys to the game from what I looked and observed. Sherrod's got the good defense. They got guys all over the field that can fly to the ball. Those guys, they're gonna Central runs a lot of screens, a ton of screens, which most teams does a lot now. So they're gonna stop the screen game. That's gonna be key number one. They're gonna have to create turnovers. That's obviously a big one in any game. And they're going to have to keep Central's offense off the field because the scores we've seen, Central, I think they are scoring, averaging 30 points a game. I think it was 36. And I don't think it was giving up a lot. I heard it this morning chatting with somebody. So I look for this game to, like you said, probably be close. But those guys pull it out at the end. This game's got big region implications on it, which, you can't take no time off, even on the teams you're supposed to beat. But Central is 4-0. They got a good dual threat quarterback, pretty good running back. Defense is fast, like you said, on the line.
Is Pageland primarily a running team, or do they throw the ball much? Or I should have asked KT what they seen on film.
Yeah, that would have been a good question.
Pageland in the past have been a majority running team.
Well, that quarterback can run too, so I think they are run heavy. But I just don't know if they have. I'm not really sure if they have the guy like somebody like Nick, like a dominant guy on the outside that they look for a lot. But I look for KT for them to get the early passes, the check downs, get him some confidence up, get Juice going a little bit, and hey, let's try some of the outside.
Especially if it's wet. You want to throw some of those quick short passes just to see him. You know how a shooter wants to see the ball go through the rim?
Yeah.
That's kind of what a quarterback, you want him to do when the ball is wet. Let him throw some of those quick passes and just see the guy catching on the elite and say, okay, I can't do this. Just because it's raining don't mean we can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
Because a lot of teams think that. If it's raining, we're just doing away with the passing game. You can't do that, man. A team, if you come one-dimensional, a team can beat you, man, especially, even if they're not as good. But you got to be multi-dimensional on offense, especially these days. But I really like where KT's head's at, man. If all those other guys are thinking the same way he is, You know, Coach Poole's got them guys ready to go. They know this is a big game. You know, and they're not not overplaying it, man. And I think that's the key. You can't, if you come out and try to do too much, you're going to be out of position. You're going to maybe rush upfield and lose contain on your quarterback. He's going to break a long run on you, something like that. This game is, you just got to play your assignment, not try to do too much and let the game come to you.
This game also cannot. I ain't gonna say cannot. How do you think special teams is gonna play into this game?
If it comes down to special teams, I know who's going to win this game because I ain't even seen Pageant play this year, and I already know they don't have nobody as electric as Nick Gordon with the ball in his hands on special teams. He kind of reminds me of looking like Bakari Swain out there for South Carolina. They don't even, you know, it got to now.
He had an 87 punt return touchdown against Riverwood.
Yeah, see, they won't even. They probably not even gonna kick the Nick, so that's gonna almost be a moot point unless their kicker can't kick it in the end zone. Then I don't know what
I ain't no
kicker
sure
they
on
got.
theirs either. What kind of kicker they got for field goal? I was mainly asking you about like Nick thing's fine, but like getting in like inside the 30, and like in this game since it's region play. Do we try the field goal kicker out there?
Yeah, you take points anytime you can. If you can get in a position to take points, I take the points here. I don't think, especially Charles got a pretty good kicker. I don't think Poole takes that many chances if you're down there to get points, especially early in the game. Get all the points you can. Maybe in the second half, if you say, hey, a field goal is not going to win it, we're going to have to, you know, maybe try to go for a touchdown here. But I think early on you take the points. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm like you. I say take the points early too. Nobody ain't gonna better slack off tomorrow night. Everybody got to pull their own weight. Nobody can't pull weight for somebody else tomorrow night. And I think there's not gonna be like if you first and 10, we can't start out with no false start or no pre-snap penalties. Like I think that's gonna be a big factor too. Because I know the line's a little bit young, but they ain't gonna better be having the flags, man.
Yeah, you can't put yourself in third and longs. You got to have third manual. That means you got to get positive yards on first down. You can't go backwards on first down. So even if if early in the game he's only getting 2 or 3 yards of carry, that's fine. You know, later in the game that'll start turning into 4 or 5, and then maybe 10 or 12. But you got to stick with your running game, even if it's not working early, because you got to keep your defense off the field to give them some rest. I think kind of that's what hurt Terrell early in the game against Marlboro is that they were having so many 3 and outs. You know, the defense really just didn't have time to catch their breath.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you got to get Central's offense off the field a lot and make their defense come out there more than they have been in the past few weeks.
You can't have that big turnover. I know KT, he really don't need to put the ball in harm's way. If it's not there, just throw it all away. And I know y'all had a couple of snaps over the punter's head. You really don't need to have anything like that to give Paisley any kind of
not at the start of the game,
especially when they're at home. You don't want to do anything to help them with the momentum because, like I said, playing at home, they're already going to be amped up for it. So don't do anything to help them guys out, and like you said, especially early.
Going back to whenever you played, man, what was your, like you said, he called in tonight. He took his time out to call in and talk to us about the preview for the game tomorrow night. What was you doing this time when you played, getting ready for the night? Was you just hanging out, focusing, or what was you?
Thursday nights were really like so we would always have our walkthrough on Thursday, and then on Thursday night somebody would always come feed us. So we would always have a big team dinner, and it would always wrap up 8:30. We'd start trickling out there, but man, pretty much it was a low key night for me. I wanted to rest up, especially into the season because I wasn't a very big kid back then. You know, I was 140, 150 pounds. So, you know, I took a beat. You know, I played reckless, like in the defensive backfield. If you come across the middle, I was going to hit you whether you had the ball or not. So I was always kind of banged up, bruised up because I played a whole lot bigger than what I was. So I was sore, man. Any chance I got to rest, I was resting. I was very low key on nights, especially leading into the games. I didn't want to do anything to jeopardize, you know, me not being able to play the next night. But some of our guys, they didn't care. One of my best friends, man, Andy Johnson, man, he definitely wasn't an honor student, but I'm telling you right now, probably the best guy I ever seen in my life at watching film. You know, if you see a lot of people talk about Luke Kuechly, when they would line up, the offensive lineup, he would tell everybody where the play was going. Andy was just like that as a defensive lineman. Like, he made the game so easy for us because 9 times out of 10, when he told you what they were doing it.
What if you're an offensive line and he's saying that off defense?
That
what
guy,
are you doing right there? Like, what are you?
That guy stayed in the film room, man. Like, literally stayed. Back then, you know, they would give us
VHS
tapes, so we could take them home.
Oh, really?
So you
copy them.
Yeah, so you would always get 2 or 3 films from another team, and so they would sometimes make a copy, or they would just let you take it home and study it. So, man, Andy was a film freak. Like, as soon as school got out, he was in the film room until practice started. When practice was over, he was back in the film room looking at something. That dude was really good, man, and he, like I said, he made it so easy. Jason Ocean, he was a really good linebacker. He ended up being on the practice squad for the Chargers, played with us, but he led the state in tackles 2 straight years playing linebacker because most of the time Andy was telling him where the ball was going to be at. He had over 200 tackles every year he was there. So I mean, that guy, you know, he helped us out. But like I said, he didn't give 2 craps about nothing else. You know, he went to football practice, he studied film, and that was it. I mean, when he went home, who knows? He might not get home at 12, 1 o'clock at night on a school night, you know. But that dude was always ready to play. Where me, so any chance I got, I was home laying on the couch because, like I said, I was just a smaller guy and I was always kind of bruised up and stuff. But yeah, I was kind of low key, man. I wasn't out doing a whole lot during the season. You know, we might all go hang out, eat something at Pizza Hut or something. Pizza Hut was the place to go back when I was in school, but. Pretty much low key, man. We didn't do a whole lot, especially none of the guys that I hung with. We didn't do a whole lot on.
One question before we move on. So how is the pregame speech before the season starts different? I mean, I know it's obviously different, but like, is there another big speech like today if you're getting ready for region play tomorrow about, hey guys, we're 0-0. Okay, like you when you play, we don't beat Richmond when we beat Scotland, or we might have lost to them or whoever you play in non-conference. It's time to lock in now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the speech you give your teammates or if you're coaching? What do you give the guys? Like, I know it's a different talk. Like, it ain't the same talk when the season starts because now is when it really matters. Now, from what you do here forward. For the next 4 or 5 weeks, depends on what you do in November.
Yeah, see, when I was in school, before the very first game, we always played trial first, so that was, you know, one of our biggest rivalries. Really and truly, man, you didn't really have to do a whole lot of talking to get us amped up for games like that. I mean,
yeah.
Hey, we playing trial this week. We know what that means. I mean, and we're ready to get locked in, ready to
go.
Yeah. We played, our schedule was Girard, then Purnell Sweat, somebody like that, then Scotland, Richmond.
Yeah.
Then we rolling in the region play. But the coaches, they really did have a different mindset. Our region play was kind of set up almost the total opposite of what Trials got this week.
Yeah.
Dillon was in our region, and our biggest game of the year, they were the last game. So we kind of had West Florence, South Florence, Wilson, Socastee, Conway mixing there. Conway's was pretty tough, but Dillon was always the biggest rivalry, you know, back then.
Yeah.
So we kind of eased into it because back then the Florence schools they were okay. They weren't great.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, West Florence was always our homecoming game, so that tells you where they were at back then.
But like now, like it really the schedule like flip flops every year. Like you pick out of a hat who you gonna play.
I got you.
Or like region play wise.
Yes. I mean, really and truly, we're going to region play. Your coach just got to tell everybody, hey, it don't matter if we're 5-0 or 0-5. Everybody's 0-0, like you said, starting off with a clean slate. You know, the season starts now because even if you're 5-0, that don't matter a bit. You know, what you do in region play determine your playoffs.
Speaking of the Central, they're 4-0. What do you think? Who do you think has got like the biggest thing? Is Sherrod going on the road tomorrow night? Play a hard non-conference schedule, or is it Central? It's played a few weaker opponents and has went and got some wins to get confidence. And they're gonna be at home tomorrow night. So like you said, talking about like somebody being undefeated. What you think their coach is telling them for tomorrow night?
Man, I think this is a bigger game for Payton. I mean, I know it's got the same implication for both teams, but Payton's probably looking at it like, hey, Terrell's the big bad wolf. I mean, they've been winning our region for, years and years and years. We're undefeated. They've lost 2 games, so they're probably looking at it like, hey, they probably thinking they're the better team.
Yep.
Even though, I mean, records, you can't really count records in high school football because non-region, you can play. I can be 5-0 every single year if I can set my schedule up like that.
Correct.
But they're probably, I think it's a bigger game for them. They're at home. They're undefeated. Draws 3-2. They're probably looking at, hey, this is ours for the taking. I mean, I think all the pressure falls on them. Charlie just go in there and play. They just go in there and play hard because they know what they've been up against. They ain't got nothing to prove to nobody.
That's why I was telling KT about you don't face adversity. You got blew out last week. You won a close game against Darlington. You win a blowout against McBee. You lose a close game to Marlboro. So you already faced every kind of thing which you can face. So that's why I see what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. I think the pressure's really on Central.
I do too, man. And if they have a couple bad things happen early,
those guys might fall apart.
I think you can see the wheels fall off of Payton. Maybe not. I really don't know the makeup of their team. I just know how it goes when a team's played a weaker schedule, and then you come in and punch them in the mouth for the first time. We'll see how they react.
Yeah, especially with you got some guys out there that you think, hey, that guy's doing pretty good against these teams we playing, but hey, that ain't the same. That team ain't gonna be strong as like the team we playing tomorrow night. So I mean, there's a lot of things that factor into these things, but I'm handling them pretty good last year at home.
Well, I was gonna say, their quarterback's been putting up numbers, and he's probably the all everything for those guys.
Yeah.
If you come out the first series and sack him or at least key him or get a 3-and-out, if he runs in the pool on one side or an ant on the other side, I mean, if he gets his bell rung, there's other guys looking around like, man, he's our stud, and they tearing his ass up.
Yeah.
That's gonna put doubt in their mind, and that's what needs to happen early. I want to see Terrell, if Nick can hit him with a big one early, or if your defense can come out and get a big hit on the quarterback or maybe a turnover early, I think that'll go a long way in pretty much sealing the deal.
You put your defense out there first tomorrow night? Or you take the ball? I put my defense out there first. Let's see how good their offense is. It's their house.
I think that you could look at it either way. If you
I want that ball in the second half. I'm gonna score up before we go to half, and I'm gonna get the ball back.
I do. That is a good idea, but your defense. You look at it. I don't know how your defense feels after coming off of giving up 60 last week.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got
Maybe you might want to put them out there, let them get right back into it.
Yeah.
So I probably agree with you. I probably throw my
or
defense out there.
or you ease them out there, put offense out there, and you ease the defense out there.
I put my defense out there, and I'm sending the house the first 2 or 3 plays, and I want to see how they react to that.
That's what I'm saying. I wish we were a defense coordinator because I'll be out there all out blitz first play.
But that's what I'm saying. Especially if he's not known to be a passer.
Yeah.
I want to put all the pressure on him and just see how he reacts to that. If he hits us with one, okay, I got to make an adjustment.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you
it's only 7 points.
If you're a baseball player and everybody's talking about how good the catcher is or the pitcher is, if you get a lead at first, I always didn't care if my guys got picked off in the first inning because I was always going to get a big enough lead. I wanted to see exactly where I could go before you could get me. And if you pick me off, okay, I know that's a step too far. But that's what I determined when I was coaching child ball. I determined on the first inning, if I got people on base, we were going to push the limit.
Yeah.
And if you never picked me off, I was just going to keep getting more and more. So that's what I want to do as if I was a defense. If you can't throw the ball, you're in trouble against me because I'm bringing the house every play, especially if you can't block me.
Yeah.
If your offensive line can't block me, you and me for a long night.
That's why I say I think the defensive front got to have a big game tomorrow night.
Yeah.
That game might be one in the trenches.
I mean, usually is, especially a battle like that. I mean, the region, this going to be, I'm not saying Payton's a bad team, but this game pretty much is going to be for the region title. Everybody knows that.
I think this game's going to be a bigger game than what we're even talking about. Like, I could see this game going to the end. Like, I don't think
I tell you what,
they're going to spread in this game.
I'm not going to be there tomorrow night, but I'll bet you money you could be able to determine how good Payson is when you roll up and you see how many people's in their bleachers. If
They
it's
gonna have a
full-
good crowd.
If it's full, they think they're pretty good.
Is
Because
that how most teams? That's how you tell if
Yeah.
your team's good or not.
yeah, because people know, the fans know, they know. Okay, we're playing Toronto, and I probably ain't going tomorrow night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
I can say the
if we
same
good-
thing,
If
yeah.
we good, I'm gonna be there because I want to see a good ball game.
Yeah, last week I'm just want to tell you that's how I didn't know how that game would go. Hartsville ain't never they didn't have a lot of fans.
And you told me that when
Yeah.
Hawks was rolling, they got people
They-
there.
I remember when you played them, and when I was in school, I went and watched games. There wasn't no standing room, man.
Standing room on.
You had to stand there by the concession stand around the gates to watch the game.
Yeah.
So that's how you know when a team's good.
That's what I'm telling you. I ain't saying this like it's 100% of the time, but 90% of the time, when you roll up, you tell me what up. When we played y'all this year, Toronto, I was very disappointed in the crowd. Toronto did not have a good crowd there against
Yeah, I remember
playing
saying
against Marlboro. So that told me they already thought we probably ain't win this game.
Yeah.
I ain't saying the team felt like that, but
the town.
but the fans.
Yeah.
But now they've won a few games. I guarantee you, y'all's next home game is probably gonna be almost full.
Especially if you win tomorrow.
If you win tomorrow night, they know. Okay, that's just how people are. They want to get on the train.
That sucks, man.
It does. And for years, Marlboro was known to we gonna pack it out regardless. But the past few years now, that's fell off. You know, we had a couple of bad coaches before, and it kind of turned the fans against the program. But that's starting to come back. You can start seeing it's full, it's loud. If you listen to some of our games on the radio, man, sometimes we can't even hardly talk to each other because it gets loud.
Yeah.
So that's how you can tell how the team people feel about the team. And usually, I mean, they're usually right. I mean, if a team's bad, people ain't gonna go. So
Yeah, that's what sucks, man. They don't support the kids, which is, I mean, you really can go both ways with that. But ain't nobody want to waste their money if they ain't a good product out there. You know what I'm saying? They can
No.
stay home and watch. Stop on. People be streaming the games on their phone now on live. I mean, hey, we just watch stuff live. But if you want to get out to a game tomorrow night, that's one game that that's a good game to go to tomorrow. It's gonna have region implications on it. If Vegas had to put a spread on this, I think this would be a pick'em. I can see this game
I
to
can see it -2 or
this on the same.
maybe Payson giving up a point or two just because they're at home and they're undefeated. So, I mean, because Vegas
They would probably be favored, honestly.
they probably gonna be favored by 3 if I had to pick. But you get 3 for being a home team, so that tells me that's even. That game's even. You know. So I mean,
This game could
right.
get ugly. This game could get ugly.
If this game gets ugly, the rest of the region better look out for Sherrod because they're gonna be hell on wheels. You ain't gonna be able to. I mean,
I think this team this year, besides a few mishaps they had, last year's team was a veteran group on the line, but some of those guys didn't know. Some guys didn't know which way they was blocking. Were they blocking this way or were we blocking this way? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody had to tell somebody. Now those guys know. Like those 5 guys out there know what we doing, what pass protection, who's blocking who.
And now they ain't. I say freshmen, but they're not new starters now.
No.
It's 5 games in. I mean,
Yeah, I remember I've been talking to you about they were young. Now the games that they played this year,
yeah,
they probably tied their season high from, you know what I'm saying?
their career.
Yeah, their career. Because varsity experience games and JV experience games is way different. That's like getting your permit, you driving with your mama, but when you get out on the road, it ain't the same experience. You can't ask somebody, do I put my turn signal on here? Or, you know what I'm saying?
I never judge a team on how good their JV is. Like
Me neither. I don't never look at JV scores.
Marlboro's middle school and JV team undefeated this year. Neither one have lost, and they ain't give up a lot of points.
Yeah.
But the reason I don't put a whole lot into that, not saying they have players, most times JV kids, the best 9th or 10th graders on JV are playing varsity.
Yeah, you got to.
So
right?
even if your JV is, if they're having a losing season, if we take these 3 really good 10th graders, Marlboro, all their studs right now, Marlboro's offensive 10th graders.
Yeah.
If I put all them guys on JV, they beating the hell out of everybody around here. You know what I mean? So you can't really go off of that. Yeah, it's good for them to have a good season, guys getting experience, but I never put a whole lot of faith in how good a team JV is compared to how good the varsity is going to be.
Yeah, I know some Sherrod got some guys that Tim Gradis is playing up that should be playing down. But I mean, I feel like nowadays, man. I mean, I don't know how bad.
Don't waste them.
Yeah, like when y'all
if
play.
you can use a kid, even if it ain't for 15 plays a game, play them up because we had the 8-quarter rule. You can play all JV, and I can come Friday night and play the whole varsity game.
Yeah.
Can't do that no more.
No. But like I'm saying, I think if you're I ain't gonna say experienced because if you're still younger, if you can play at that high level, talent wise, and you know everything, and you're capable of it, and you know what's going on, and you know the plays, play them up, man. Even if you don't play the whole game, you can see all the coverages and the different things that's going on the sideline.
Yeah, that
you can get coaches on the sideline. What's the point of going out there and losing by 40 or beating somebody by 40 on Thursday night?
That's where I think that football is totally different than baseball. If my baseball guys are pretty good, I don't want them playing up because you
keep them together.
Because I don't want them playing up because it ain't doing no bit of good to get in and run bases one time or getting one at bat. They need to be on JV, getting at bats, getting game experience.
See, that's
where in football you play so much and so many kids, you can get a guy in for 5 to 10 plays a game, and that experience is so valuable, man. Where in baseball, once you bat, you're done. You're dead. You know, you can't bat. You can't go in and out bat like in football. You know what I mean?
That's how we did this. We did the past few years. Like guys as fast can come on a run basis,
but we still want to get them in JV.
Get them JV at bats.
Right.
I mean, you still get 26 games, so you have to be flexible with it. You have to watch how you do it because you don't want to.
Yeah, if you're going to put a kid up in baseball, you better play. You let him get game experience because if not, he ain't going to be no better for you next year than he was this year.
Yeah. We'll get into that baseball coverage here in about 4 months.
It won't be long, man. I get excited about that.
Yeah. But, hey, guys, we'll slide on over to that. We spent a lot of time on this game.
Well, that's our game of the week, man. Yeah. We had a guest picker. Well, we should let him pick some games, man.
We should have had a celebrity from our towns that come on here and do picks.
I'm going to get the mayor on.
Oh, man. All right, well, next game will be Darlington, who is 2-3, will be on the road to Lakewood. Lakewood, man, not off to a hot start in non-regional play. They're 0-5.
This is going to be
massacre.
If Terrell if Darlington cannot shoot himself in the foot, this is a definite win for Darlington. Maybe kind of how you would, if you want to draw it up, you might want to draw it up like this, kind of ease yourself into regional play, get you a win.
Well, Darlington started regional play last week. Some teams started regional play.
They had Lower Richland.
Lost. Homecoming, remember? You said, and what did you say?
Yeah.
If you were coach,
you don't like it.
You don't want to play
homecoming.
And I seen on some social media things, I feel like some people was way gone before the game started.
Yeah. So that's why you see why teams always try to schedule a lesser opponent for homecoming, and that's why.
Well, hey, what if those guys over the summer I said, not thinking of that team, we'll go ahead and schedule them. I mean, we ain't too sure. It might go either way, but you look back now, God, who did us like this?
Yeah.
Hey, I can remember this. 2 or 3 years ago, we scheduled Marion for homecoming. That's when Marion was good. They beat us 77-21, and the game before region play, so it'd be like this time last week, a few years back. Somehow it drew up. We went down to Marion in the first playoff game at Marion, beat them 21-20. Man, went back to the wishbone, got conservative, tried to run a lot of clock out, and beating them 21-20. You look at that turnaround though, man. 77-21. That was our homecoming and senior night game. They combined it. How do you think the seniors felt that night? But hey, they went back 6 weeks later and went to Marion and beat them.
That was probably a sweet revenge, but man, it's hard to get over giving up 77.
Yeah, but hey, you playing along with that team that scored 7.
But what if you were a senior and now you got kids and you got to tell them kids, man, I remember on my senior night, we give up 77 points.
But hey, now just keep to it.
We would have got a ticket on the interstate. 77.
Yeah,
man,
you're right about that.
That's a tough one, boy. I'll be honest with you, man. We have a really good defense. We might not have given up 77 points the whole year my senior year.
That's great.
Our defense was stacked. We didn't win a bunch of games, but our defense was like Richmond won the state championship that year. They beat us 10-0.
It was on a block kick, wasn't it?
It was 3-0 going to the half, and we felt pretty good. And we won punt with 4 seconds left, and they blocked the punt running back for a touchdown. That was all scoring in the game. And their running back played in the NFL. He actually played defensive back, but Richmond was good. They won the 4A state championship in North Carolina, so that let us know, man, our defense is legit. His name was Michael Waddell. They call him Rabbit, but that dude was good. He ended up, like I said, he played in the league. They beat us 10-0. We played probably the most points we gave up all year. I think we gave up 28 to Darlington. They went to the state championship, losing the state championship game, but they had Brian Scott played at South Carolina, played in the NFL. They were just loaded. They had I think a kid named Travis Burns, the other receiver. He ended up playing D1 football somewhere, but that was the most points we gave up all year, 28. Our defense was legit that year. Conway, they beat us, but it's like 17-10, something like that. We were good. We had a really good defense. Our offense was good, but them guys were young. Like Darren Bradford was my quarterback. He won the state championship 2 years later as quarterback at Marlboro. So those guys were good, but they were just young. Kenya Dees running back. We were good, but just young.
I feel like if you get a defense now, man, what you think like the points given up in the game can tell whether a defense is good? Like, I'm not like jumping on anybody's head or anything, but you look, Sherrod gave up 28 in Marlboro County that game. They spotted on 14 points on special teams off mishaps, right?
Yep.
So that defense really gave up 14 points, and that was just in the first half, I believe, right? You go to next week. You look. They give up none to Mac being week 0. The week after Marlboro, they give up 3 to Conway. They give up 7 to Darlington. Then the other night, the starters give up like 28 or 29 to River Bluff before the 2s and 3s comes out there.
That's a good sign. That makes me feel even better about tomorrow night for Straw. Their defenses, to me, have played much better offenses than Payson has.
Yeah, their defense has played. If you look at tit for tat, every play, it's under. But the Stars, you look at 0, probably 14 with that game, 3, 7. You look at 21, 24.
You probably give them average about 14 points a game.
That's, you got to feel confident.
Yeah, that's good.
You got to feel confident if that, but
you probably feel like if you hold Payson the under 14, you win that ball game tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think you should feel like that at any high school level.
Yeah.
1A through 5A. But so we'll go with our picks. What you got? Darlington and Lakewood. What you got? Darlington by 20?
I think Darlington easy. I ain't gonna throw a point score out there, but I think it's easy victory for Darlington.
All right. And so, what'd you say on the Sherrod game?
I think Trial wins by 2 scores. It could be 10. It could be 13 or 14. But
I ain't gonna put no points on it.
Yeah, I just think they I think it's a close game, and then in the fourth quarter, I think Trial does something. Maybe Nick gets a good punt return. Maybe not all the way for a touchdown, but Trial's able to score late and go up by 2 scores, and so I think that they win by 2 scores. Not exactly sure what it's going to be, but I think it's going to look at the end. It's going to look a lot more comfortable than what it was. But I think they win by at least 2 scores.
So you think they're riding back from Payson with a dub?
Oh yeah, they're coming back home with a dub.
All right, Wilson 4-1 at Hartsville 1-3. Before you make your picks or talk about this game, don't pick Hartsville. Because you took Darlington last week. And it's Hartsville's homecoming. Oh, man. You think that Hartsville's in Darlington County? Both of those schools.
You think something's in the water?
I don't know. There's something in the water in Wilson. You told me you want to pick against Wilson for the rest of the year.
I can tell you.
Wilson beat Dillon. Wilson wins last week. Can Wilson beat Hartsville? Can they own Darlington County?
Wilson will be the best defense Hartsville's seen this year. Wilson held Dillon to 20.
Yeah,
Hartsville hold him to
65. 65. Well, we said it though last week, man.
I told you.
We said it. We said that would be a high scoring affair. We talked about it in week 1 after that Coastal game. You said obviously somebody ain't got defense.
Right.
And Camden put 40 on them. Look at Hartsville's defense. Look how many points they gave up.
They averaging giving up 40 or 50 a game, man.
God almighty.
That is not
Great.
the Hartsville that I know. I've never.
This is a recent game too.
I've never seen a Hartsville defense like that.
Like this bad?
Never.
You think this is a drop off from previous years?
Yeah. Never. I would have never thought I'd say this in my life. I'm taking Wilson over Hartsville tomorrow.
I'm taking Wilson too. This game ain't. It ain't got game of the week potential just because of what Hartsville's bringing to the party. But man, I'm with Wilson too. I've been bit by them not taking him. If Wilson beats Hartsville tomorrow, Dylan's got to wake up on Saturday morning and say, "What were we doing?"
Yeah.
I mean,
Or if Hartsville beats Wilson, what's Dylan going to think? How do we lose
oh
that
my
game?
God, that's even worse. Man. Well, luckily for Dylan,
That doesn't matter.
no, that don't matter. But they on a bye this week. We got Marlboro County's on a bye this week. We got Chesterfield's on a bye. McBee's on a bye.
Scotland, Richmond,
Richmond's on a bye.
South, West.
Yeah, we got a lot of teams on byes this week. That's why it's not long. A lot of teams on, but
We're going to.
let's cover this. Clemson's on the bye, so let's cover this South Carolina Kentucky game, man. We didn't get to talk about it last week on our recap. We'll recap from South Carolina's last week's game against Mizzou, and we'll bake it into the Kentucky game.
I'm over that game.
Are you over that game?
I don't want to recap. I don't want to recap that. No more.
Well, let's preview the game this matchup this week.
That game give me nightmares.
Kentucky be on the road with a redshirt freshman quarterback that was named starter this week.
I would be.
South Carolina gets Judge Collier back this week on defense. I don't know if that helps.
It can't hurt.
No, I don't even know what the point spread is.
I want Mr. Stewart to be a perfect gentleman and introduce himself to Kentucky's quarterback. Yeah.
Hopefully he can do it early on.
He's kind of frustrated, man. He's getting held a lot, and he's kind of showing some emotion. I listened to some podcasts and stuff where Beamer was saying he had, sat down and had a talk with Dylan about trying to channel all that in and use it on the field. But I mean, it's got to be frustrating, man. We see plays he's getting tackled down. On the
I see a
few. His jersey getting pulled off of his shoulder pads. I mean,
but what is that like? If you reffing like that and you seeing that, you got to be telling yourself, I need to watch that guy.
Well, I mean, and the coaches say that they tell they can talk to the referees before the game like, hey, this my guy's been getting held over and over and over. They see him take to the league office. So I mean, they're looking out for it because you're making them aware of it. But
yeah,
for it to just blatantly not be called, it's really bad, man. And as much as SEC football as good as it is, the referees in the SEC are not very good.
I think they're the worst officials.
Yeah, they're not very good at all. I mean, that's not for South Carolina. I mean, that's overall. I mean, if you watch games like, there was a big deal last week in
Oklahoma and Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn, Oklahoma. I mean,
Dude was hugging them.
yeah, I mean, it's just
no call.
It's bad, man. I mean, honestly, I really like when we're playing somebody like
Let them
they
play.
say the officials from the Big Ten or ACC. I'm like, good, thank the Lord. You know what I mean? Usually you want your officials, but I do not. I do not want SEC officials calling any of the games if I can help it. I mean,
there's one set. I know there's that one white hat. This when I see him riffing our games, I already know we're in for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long game because there ain't gonna be nothing but dirty laundry on the field all night long.
And have you seen it from last year, but have you seen how far they throw these flags now?
Yeah.
You think they have like flag throwing?
Got a contest. They can have that. They need to have a contest for that.
Because I've seen some, and I seen some in some high school games last week. Them things are flying 25 yards. They almost catching the run as fast.
This is gonna be maybe a popular or unpopular opinion. I think the referee should have a post-game press conference just like the players and coaches.
I definitely think
If
they
I'm
should
a
be
player
great.
and I throw a pick to lose the game and I got to sit up in front of everybody and answer questions, Why come you don't got to answer questions when you make a horrible call?
Yeah,
Or a call that everybody thinks horrible. At least explain yourself. Hey, this is why I made that call.
this is
right
what I
or wrong.
seen.
Yeah, right or wrong, you can at least explain it. Cause
And I agree with you on that too, and I'm gonna add a little bit more. If you are on this, I think it should be zones.
right.
If you're the back judge and you see something, you don't need to be throwing something way over here where there's a ref right here on the sideline by the marker.
And guess what? If he
You know
don't
what
make
I'm
that call, he's
And you don't throw it.
he gets graded on his call. If he don't make that call in his area,
Let's let him get a bad grade.
That's his grade.
That's what I'm saying.
So because there's no way that you can see it as good. There's a reason that that's not part of your area.
like a back judge shouldn't be throwing something way down there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like especially on a PI or
So
something.
white hat don't need to be calling pass interference 30
No.
down the field.
No. And if the guy that's closest to it, the ref is closest to it, don't throw it, it's a no call.
Right.
There shouldn't be, if it's on this hash and this ref's got it, the ref from the opposite side of the field shouldn't be throwing way across the field.
Yeah.
Like, if is this a no call, it's a no call.
Right.
That's what I think. So what's your pitch for what South Carolina covered spread? What is the spread?
I have no earthly idea.
I seen it was like 5.5, I think.
They win by a touchdown for sure.
Is this a make or break game?
Yeah, this is a must win. No doubt about it. If you want to go to a bowl game, this is a must win. This could be, if you lose this game, it could be season defining. Like, you could go straight downhill. But this type of game that you could maybe get back on the right track.
With a bye next week.
With a bye next
Going
week.
into LSU.
Correct some things. But this is a must win for South Carolina. I mean, there ain't no doubt about it.
I think they win this game. They go into the bye week. South Carolina's going to win one of these games. It's going to be LSU. Who is it? LSU, Oklahoma. Somebody like it happens every year. We win a game that we're not supposed to win.
They're going to beat Oklahoma.
Beat Oklahoma.
Write it down. Whether John Mateer's back or not, he's not going to be fully recovered from thumb surgery in 3 weeks. They're going to beat Oklahoma.
Do we beat LSU?
It's hard to win. Down there.
LSU beat Florida 20-10. And DJ Lavey threw 5 interceptions.
It can't tackle.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hope tackle was a big one this week.
Man,
that's something you can fix though.
The thing that hurts so bad about the tackling situation is that they're there to make the tackles. Like, they're in position. They're just not making the tackle. Like, I can see if there was nobody around, these guys are just running free, then it's a coaching issue. But they're hitting the guy. They're grabbing the guy. They're just not tackling. I mean, that's just a player. I mean, that's an player effort issue. That's no coaching. So I think that can be fixed more quickly than a lot of the other issues that South Carolina's got going on.
All right. That's it for college. We're getting into region play. Let's go in with some region picks. I sent it to you. You should have it on your phone. Let's start off with that 5A. We're going to work from 1A up.
Now, we go 5A.
All right. Let's start off the teams. This guy's just the team we cover. We ain't covered everybody in the state because we don't know everybody. We do this to support the kids in the PD area. Not even the beat schools unless they play up to the PD area. But we what's your thoughts on that 5A Region 5? We know Ridgeview's pretty good. Sumter had a big game last week. West Florence, I mean, they've been playing, they subpar. Lugolf Elgin lost to Darlington.
I think I'm down to 2 schools, man. I
don't really know nothing about Blythewood.
I'm looking at Blackwood.
I'm not looking at Spring
I'm
Valley.
leaning towards Sumter.
Sumter went up?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Sumter.
See if you can pull up Sumter's, can you do it on yours? Let me look at Sumter's, you got it?
You want to pull up on their max spreads?
Yeah. Check, Sumter's, record. Check Blythewood. Let's check Blythewood. Blythewood Bengals, man. I know they're pretty good in baseball. I don't know how good they are in football this year. We know what West Florence is. You checking?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull Sumter up.
Check Blythewood. Blythewood Bengals. Football. They're 2-3.
Who are Blackwood?
Blythewood is 2-3. Man, I can't even pick Blythewood. They lost to Westwood. I don't know how good Westwood is.
I know they were good last year.
Westwood was?
Ain't that where Coder come from?
No, that's the West Side.
West Side. Okay.
Speaking of that game, West Side 5A weapons in Abbeville tomorrow night. That's gonna be a big one on tap. If I was down that area, I would definitely check that out. I think West Side is down this year, man. Blythewood beat Nation 4, the Fighting Jake Bentleys. Lost to Midland Valley 38-36. Lost to Fort Mill 33-7. Beat Keenan 41-6 and lost their first region game last week, 2017. Check Ridgeview. Once you look, Ridgeview's 2-2. They play Westwood tomorrow night. I know Ridgeview's good in basketball.
I know Sumter beat Spring Valley 54-0 last week.
I know Fairfield's pretty decent, and Ridgeview beat them.
The previous,
Man, did you say Ridgeview?
no.
I'm looking at Ridgeview in this. I think my pick might be Ridgeview. Ridgeview or Sumter. I say that because they only lost to Northwestern 35-28. Northwestern put up 60 against South Florence. And they lost to Dutch Fort. They played Northwestern and Dutch Fort back-to-back. And lost to Dutch Fort 28-21. But Camden beat them pretty good last week, 56-13.
You know what? I'm going to go with you. I'm looking at some of Sumter stuff. They lost to White Knoll 28-6.
And Camden beat White Knoll first game of the season.
Sumter's put up some big numbers other than that game. They
They got that defense in from last year that South Carolina played on, Anthony Addison.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go on Ridgeview. I'm changing my pick. I'm gonna go with Ridgeview.
You gonna go Ridgeview?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ridgeview there. We got a Bulldog in there.
Sounds like
It's a Marlboro County Bulldog.
sounds like a Dallas Cowboy. Okay, we'll go both. Hey, we might be wrong.
I think this 4A region,
Hey.
it's down to 2 teams for me.
Man, you think that South Florence or Wilson gonna be a big game? I wish we could go watch them play.
I think it depends on when do they play. Is that the last game of the year?
Looking right now,
If that's the last game of the year, man,
that's gonna be
that could be a biggie.
yes.
Wilson.
Give me Wilson.
I'm
No,
going with South. I'm taking South to win that, but I think it's gonna come down to that game. I think it's gonna be between South and Wilson.
South Florence beat Christmas 42-9 last week.
Yeah, I'm gonna go South Florence.
Let's look.
You know, we're running a little long here. We only had 3 picks this week.
Lakewood, no, they are at Wilson. They go to Wilson October 17th. 2 more weeks. And South Florence got Hartsville the last game of the year.
Okay.
But hey, it ain't gonna be Hartsville. I'm not taking Hartsville.
No, I'm taking South.
I think we're both South.
Yeah, we've been at this thing for an hour now. There.
Iowa.
Yep.
We'll hurry up. We'll speed it up. All right, 3A Region 5. The Marlboro County Conference. What you thinking?
As much as it pains me to say this,
Dylan.
no.
Loris.
I'm gonna take Loris to win the region. I think it.
How's Loris played? God, I've been hearing a lot of Loris, man. Loris line is.
I think they got their whole team back from last year,
God.
and didn't they go deep in the playoffs, or they went?
I feel like they got upset by somebody they weren't supposed to.
I'm gonna take Loris as much as I want to take Marlboro, and I want them to prove me wrong. But I mean,
I just think from what you've seen the past few weeks with everything being up in the air,
right.
It's really hard to take.
I think our offense changed 100% when McCallum went down. But last week made me feel a little bit better because Ashford stepped up and is becoming that go-to guy on the outside, and he played great. So, you know, this could change in a couple of weeks the way I'm feeling.
I wish we'd made these picks in a week and a half.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll. I'm going right now. If you had to put a gun to my head, I'm gonna take Loris. But
Loris and Dylan kicks off next week. That's gonna make or break it right here.
yeah, that'll determine how I feel about the Loris game. If Loris wins that game easily,
So you picking Loris?
to win the region, yeah.
Okay.
I could change.
I'm going Dillon.
Right now, I'm taking Loris. Yeah, you got that Dillon yellow glasses on from last week when you went to that 60-point outburst
Well, I mean,
against Hartsville.
speaking of
You
Dillon,
forgot all about that Wilson game and the Scotland game.
yeah, you're right. Speaking of Dillon, quarterback, congrats him, offered NC State the other night, third D1 offer. Their quarterback through 5 games, he only played 8 quarters out of 10. No, not 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10
That's right.
halves. Right? Is that right?
Yeah, 8 halves.
8 halves? Okay. 58 for 84, 69% completion rate. He's over 1,000 yards passing, 12 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
That's good numbers. But what can you do in crunch time when the pressure's on? What can you do on the last drive when you're playing Scotland and you're down? What can you do on the last drive when you're down against Wilson?
Well, I think
Are you
special teams got that one.
Are all those numbers being put up when you're already up 12?
Yeah.
When you're playing something like that? I mean, I know he's good. I mean, I've seen him, but
Yeah,
he's a freshman.
for sure.
That's the only reason I'm not taking Dillon this year is because I think experience is big. I've done seen how big it is. It just in Marlboro when Trey Blayton was out.
Yeah.
Cam Smith was
He might get hurt.
Cam Smith's a hell of a quarterback. Any other school around here, Cam Smith's probably your starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Trey Blayton is just special. I mean, Cam is such a good athlete. I've told anybody I could talk to connect to the program,
He needs to play
he
somewhere.
needs to be playing somewhere else. We're wasting him just standing over here holding a clipboard. He either can play receiver
Yeah.
or he needs to be move somewhere on defense. He needs to be involved in the game.
Well, in about 2 weeks, we'll come back and we'll do mid region picks. Because Dylan and Loris will play next week, so I can see what you're saying. I'm just looking at Dylan's offense, man.
Is that an early pick for game of the week next week? Dylan Lewis?
That game's at Dylan. Let the viewers think about it. We'll think about it.
Let's move over to 2A. Region 4.
Who you got? Think tomorrow night determines it.
Yeah, I mean, pretty easy pick for me.
Buford's bad. North Central's young. AJ's running back graduated.
Jessica eliminated. You lost to Mackley last week. I don't want to hear nothing from them.
The Fighting Rams.
Yeah, I ain't want to talk about that.
That's gotta suck. And then you got a bye week this week. You can't even get back out there.
Yeah, that's the worst. You got to think about it for 2 weeks.
You watching that same
Same film for 2 weeks.
Oh man. Well, that was an easy one. 1A. Not picking Mackley.
I'm taking.
You taking Lamar? That's what I was thinking too.
I like Louisville there. Lamar. Man.
I'm gonna take the fighting fighting guys I met at the tailgate. Lamar, what them guys say though? They said defense.
They said they won't play another team as good as Payson this year. But Payson beat Louisville 12. I mean, they only scored 12 points. I know Louisville didn't score, but their defense must be legit.
Yeah.
Lamar gave up 40 or 50 to Payson.
Well, I'm being bearer of bad news. Man, we'll see. I see what you're saying. C.A. Johnson scored 40 on Chesterfield.
And Mackley scored 35. They ain't won a game all year.
Give me Lamar.
Okay.
We got 2 more picks, man.
Going on credentials.
Pinecrest, Richmond, Jack Britt, Overhills, Hope County, or Pine Forest. That's a new region. They went up to 7A.
I'm gonna take. I'll take Richmond.
I don't even know much about.
I don't know much about many of them. Pinecrest, a little. Jack Britt, a little bit. Hope County and
Jack Britt got that guy. You said it was
no, that's 71st.
71st. Yeah, recruited by South Carolina, right?
Yeah, running back. Jack Britt has the kid
That you said is
that I met his mother.
Yeah.
And remember, he's trying to go to LSU. I mean, he had some D1 offers. I can't remember his name, but he's a defensive end. And he was all region player of the year last year for that region.
I'm gonna take the fighting Cody Smith.
Pinecrest. So you think they can handle Richmond?
I don't know. I mean,
Hey,
I was looking at Richmond earlier. The 2 games they lost was to Roseville and then that big school.
I got you.
How about the Scotland Conference? Terry Sanford, Cape Fear, Grays Creek, Scotland Lumberton, and Pernell Sweat.
Jerry Sanford upset 71st last week, I think.
Oh, really?
Before they had a big upset.
Oh,
71st. I don't know if it was last week or the week before that, but that was a big upset.
I'm looking at here. I know Lumberton ain't really that good. Usually not. Pernell Sweat is always mediocre. Grays Creek, mediocre.
Man, Scotland might win this region.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Scotland until further notice.
We're back in Scotland. Okay. Well, you took that. Guys, that'll be it for this week's preview show. We'll be back with you guys probably on
Either Sunday night or Monday night. We'll touch base. We'll reach out and let everybody know what night it's going to be. But, hey, once again, I want to thank Cade Thomas for coming on, giving us a few minutes of his time, man, especially leading up to a big game tomorrow night.
We have reason to play now.
Yeah, we hope for the best for that guy.
Everybody's 0-0 here.
Everybody's 0-0.
Hey guys, appreciate he's thinking about what he's gonna say. Appreciate we have clipped 100 subscribers on YouTube. We got an Instagram going now. That's starting to get a little bit active. If you can tell, we got our jerseys finally hung up.
Hey, if you're a team out there in our area that we cover, man, if you got a jersey to send us one.
Yeah, or message us on Instagram, Home Turf Sports.
We'll reach out. We'll get somebody there to pick it up.
Or if you want somebody, if we can get somebody there to cover your game, send us a message on Instagram. If you want us there, if it might not be the game of the week, but if we can get somebody we know that's close there and they can get some stats for your game, or if we can't get out and you send us some legit stats.
Yeah, if you want to be like a home turf.
How would you say it?
I don't know what you would call it, but yeah, you want to cover the game.
Statistician?
Yeah, a statistician, or like a
help us out.
Yeah, just if you want to cover games and call in and give us some information, or just send us some stats on the Instagram, but just make sure they're legit stats.
Yeah, we don't want to somebody went for 700 yards.
Don't come up with something you drew up in the dirt just watching the game. We need some legit stats because, like I said, obviously we can't beat every game, or if somebody wants to, we need to start being on our Instagram live so that we can we got to get 500 or 1,000 Instagram followers, so we got to get a follow going. But I could go live on mine and share over. Guys, tell a friend.
Guys, we thinking about y'all let us know on Instagram DM. Well, I'm not posting it, y'all. If you watch this live, you will know. If you DM the Home Turf Sports page, should we start selling hoodies and shirts? We've been talking about it. We're not sure how it would go. We want to sell them we don't want to break nobody's pockets. A reasonable amount. But if you that'd be something you think you would like, and like you said, if you want to cover games for us, we would love to have people to come out and cover some of the games for us, because we can't make them all. He does radio, and I help out Straw some, and I try to get out and learn what I can learn and go and get what I can get. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in. I know it was a little long show tonight, but like you said, appreciate KT for giving us some insights for tomorrow night's game. But if that's it, that's all you got.
I'm done.
All right, he's Brian.